Hello.
Did I not say I was going to quit doing that?
You did, but we see how that one turned out.
Yeah, no shit. I'm always eating my words. Oh, hello. Sorry. So, how are we doing today?
I just got a notification.
Oh, is it a good one or a bad one?
It's a bad one.
Oh, well,
hundreds in Orange County. It's not Ohio, but hundreds in Orange County are still under evacuation orders as coastal fires engulf 20 homes. I didn't know there was a wildfire.
That sucks. Give me 1 second. Oh, I don't think I can reach it. I just need to turn it up a little bit. Check. Oh, that's much better. Sorry, everybody.
California, go figure.
You know, I remember a few years back, Donald Trump said something to the effect of, you got to clean your floors. And, of course, the way he put it was extremely stupid. But I think what he was talking about was California needs to make the effort of cleaning up the dead leaves and branches on the forest floors, because that'll reduce how quickly it can become wildfire.
Yeah. Not wrong, but in the same sense, that's a lot of manpower.
Oh, absolutely. But I thought about it because a friend of mine I was working with was making fun of him. So, sweep your floors. I thought about it and said, what actually costs more? To pay a shit ton of people to clean up a gigantic state-sized forest floor, or the money and the manpower it takes to rebuild entire sections of a state, housing.
Right.
So, I mean, what costs more, you know?
I mean, that's a very good point, yes.
I don't know. I don't live in California, so it's as far as I'm concerned, it's one of those, that's a California problem. I'll just kind of watch the headlines.
I mean, honestly, everybody says it, but I feel like California should just fall off the earth.
Oh, you know what? I hate to say that, but I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's like 90% of this country's problems come from that state. But at the same time, I cannot be true to myself, because if that's how they want to live, meaning if they want to vote in the people that do that, if that's how they want to live, it's their choice, and I should be glad that that state is there for people like them. But I still agree, though. It's just like, oh my gosh, enough, California. Quit trying to be complete socialists.
To me, I don't even really care about that.
You said, me.
To me, I don't even really care about that. It's just the fact that everything goes wrong with that state, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And it's just...
They have forest fires. They have, wildfires, actually. Forest fires, too. They have earthquakes, and then they have...
I'll pass on an earthquake.
Yeah. To quote Bill Burr, I mean, people think... Everybody in California thinks they're right about everything because they live near an ocean.
I mean, if I lived near an ocean, I wouldn't go in it. I don't like the ocean.
I would go in it, but I would be awfully afraid. That's just the Ohio part of me, because you think, well, what's the difference in Lake Erie? There's no sharks. Lake Erie has some big-ass fish, but they usually don't take a foot.
See, granted, I was younger, but me and my buddy, we went to Myrtle Beach, and I just did not care for it. Went in for like 10, 15 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm done. This is gross. I hated it. Every single thing about the ocean I did not like about it.
It's funny you say that, because my wife often tells me I have never been to any ocean. I've been to Lake Erie, and I've been to some pretty decent, lakes, ponds. Anyways, she says she don't care about the Atlantic because it's gray water. But she says if you go to the Caribbean, that's blue water. And she claims there's a huge difference. I'll have to take her up on that.
There is. Granted, I've never been to a blue, clear ocean, but I definitely could see a big difference.
Yeah, crystal clear, blue, cold water.
Granted, I could also see people arguing the fact of they don't want to get in the ocean because they can't see what's
attacking
them or down by their feet everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I fear. I fear like stepping on like those jellyfish or one of those, spiny things. It's like the fish version of a porcupine.
Pufferfish. The poison one?
Wait, the wife is watching. She says, go to blue water. Can see what's going to... Oh, okay. If you go to blue water, you can see what's about to bite your ass. However, but there's a thing, though. If I go to the blue water and something's about to bite me, the water around me isn't going to stay blue.
It's going to be red.
No, it's going to turn brown because I'm going to shit myself.
That just reminds me of the movie Couples Retreat.
Yeah.
Love that movie. They're freaking out about a shark, and then dude gets a little teeny tiny tooth or something. No, it was coral, I think.
Yeah.
Love that movie. It's so good.
But anyways, I don't even know what we were talking about.
Do we ever?
Oh, you were talking about California.
Oh, how it just needs to fall off the earth?
California.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It could be a nice place to vacation. But
Yeah, but you don't want to stay there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stay there. Maybe like 3 days tops and then get me the hell out of there.
And then you can't vacation now because they're still wearing masks in California.
Yep. And apparently you got a wildfire too now. So
Yeah, well, that every year. That's literally every year.
yes, I mean, you're not wrong, but if it's somewhere farther away, I guess, I would totally go in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Hey, we got 2 people watching us. Chime in, everybody. I know the missus is watching. My lovely, wonderful wife. And we got another mystery person.
Dun, dun, dun.
I am going to type.
Can you actually spell the words correctly
Of course
today?
not. Of course. Spelling? Me? No.
Oh, I got some other news for you. I'm kind of depressed about myself and disappointed, but
That's because you've gotten middle-aged.
I'm only 27. Give me a break.
All right, yeah, you're still sperm.
Compared to you.
Yeah.
But no, I took my physical test and I failed the run like I kind of thought, but I didn't want to think it. I kind of wanted to think I was going to pass, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I failed.
What you need is proper motivation. Do you know anybody who has a Rottweiler? Or maybe a Doberman pit, or a police dog? I'm sure if you're trying to be a police officer, one of the masculine canine unions can help you out. And if you get something that can run really fast with really sharp teeth, I'm guarantee you'll go much, much faster. Or was it a longevity thing?
Longevity thing. Since the weather was terrible that Saturday, we had to do it in the indoor, and you had to run 7 laps around the entire field, and it was just not a good thing. I did the push-ups and sit-ups perfectly fine, but the whole running thing, clearly I didn't pass. So it sucks.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Keep trying.
Yep. Oh, by the way, so this is another little topic. I'm messing with the microphone. I had this all set up, and then once I hit stream, it seems like nothing's working properly. All right. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but so I took you up a little bit up on your offer because my feet just will not knock it off. They hurt so bad I can't kind of do this brisk walk at the end of the night where I work because my feet are killing me.
Okay.
So what I decided to do was, all right, bite the bullet, find a gym that's open 24 hours, and grab like a bicycle and I'll get some exercise, and I'll just do it for a half hour, right?
Start better than nothing.
Just go there for a half hour, pedal, go home, go to bed. So, anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, so I decided to, after I leave work, I'm going to drive past all of these 24-hour places and see which one has like 100 people. And the first one I went to was the one that Dom talked about in Belden Village. I think it's
Planet Fitness.
Yes, and there was like 900 people there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, you don't go there.
So I'm like, okay, not happening. Then the next night, I rolled past your place. It had like 50 people in it. The place was packed. So I'm like,
I go there and there's nobody ever in there.
Well, it certainly wasn't that night. So I'm like, screw that. So last night, I drove past a place. I think it's called Getty's Gym.
It's out in
Whipple.
Canton, Beldenish area.
Yeah, it's Belden, it's Whipple and Hills and Dales, and there was only 2 people there. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't want anyone to be there, but I think I can deal with 2 people. So I'm considering it. The only thing is, and the wife is probably going to hiccup here, but I think it's like $40 a month, which is expensive. But I don't want people there. I don't want to watch some guy. Oh, I'm a beast! Yeah, just picked up 40 pounds. Yeah. Feel the burn. Shut up! I don't care if you're physically fit.
At the gym, nobody's really like that, honestly.
I hope not.
They're not.
Those people just make me want to vomit my entire intestinal tract.
They're usually just focused on themselves. They don't really pay attention to you at all.
Well, that's good. Anyways, so I'm thinking about. I'm still have to look up and see if there's any more. Like, what I'm looking for is a smaller gym that's not so huge and kind of stuck in a neighborhood. And at 1 o'clock they're just dead.
Yeah.
But that might be Getty's Gym. So
that actually used to be right off of Tusk in the Marks Plaza right there, actually. And then they moved out to that new location where they're at now.
And that would be?
Out in Belden, Canton, whatever you want to call it now.
What's the name of the place?
Getty's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about another one.
No, they used to be right in Marks Plaza right there. And then they moved shortly after they started doing all that construction there.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. There is a couple in Canton that I have yet to look at it because what I want one on the way home from work. Now, the Whipple isn't on the way home, but it's not that far off. So, and I think they have showers too, so I could kind of hit a few birds with a single stone.
Yeah.
But I keep telling myself I am so weak. I don't know how to explain it. I am just a weakling. I can't pick up nothing. I can't do anything without getting huffing and puffing and tightness in my chest. And I have my limits. I don't mind being a fat old guy, but this is ridiculous. I need to be able to actually mow the grass without breathing, like I've been underwater for 15 minutes.
Like we said before, too bad there's not a 24/7 swimming area.
Wouldn't that be great? Now, the only problem with swimming is there is the chance of drowning.
I mean, yes, but in the same sense.
I doubt if I'm on one of those fan bicycles that it's going to come apart and the fan blade's going to wedge into my face. But still, swimming just is more fun. You have that childhood type, memory. You can do some laps. That would be so great. So either that or why can't the rec center be open till 3?
See, honestly, I just like the rec center for the what is it? The Lazy River, I think it's
called.
called.
Yeah,
I love that.
But you're supposed to walk in it, and that's really that's a lot of cardio. Sorry, it's really difficult to do. Oh, dude, I would love it. I would do it in a heartbeat. The wife and I this is hilarious. The wife and I even tried when we first moved out here in Massillon. We paid for a month, I think, the two of us. We paid for a month to rec center. And I went, I think, early in the morning because I was working midnights.
Okay.
And I went once. The place was absolutely packed, and I did the walking path, and I'm thinking, okay, this is I didn't want to go into the swimming part because it was full of kids, and it was full of people.
Right.
So I'm like, no thanks. And the wife didn't go at all.
Oh, geez.
Not once. So we kind of said, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So,
I mean,
that was pretty funny. Apparently, I'm the only one. That's okay. That's okay. But so I'm thinking about it. I mean, it is convenient to just go straight after work. Even on a day you're kind of exhausted, you can get on a bicycle and just go for a half an hour.
Yeah.
I could listen to something.
I mean, what time do you get off now?
I'll listen to Hooked on Phonics. I get off at midnight. Midnight, baby. I get off work when the day changes over.
Oh, snap. Look at you.
Yep. So I get to start every day at the start of the day, which does absolutely nothing.
I mean, if you're on your...
Oh, my God, dude.
So hard,
Put a thought together and spit it out.
I mean, when I go to the gym, it's usually 2 or 3 in the morning. I mean, that might be late for you. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to be in bed by then.
So when I go then, nobody's there. There's maybe 3 people, and all 3 of them are
asleep,
either running on the stair climber or one's in the free weight room.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Still, you have to think, who the hell... Now, you're doing it because you need to... You're trying to pass a test, right?
Yes.
And you want to go when there's nobody there, so that makes sense. But who the hell goes to lift weights at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I do. And then I'll go 5 or 6 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Got to start somewhere.
If we had a place to put it, I'd just buy my own exercise bike, but there's nowhere to put it in this house. It's too small. Somebody needs to give me a bigger house.
Play the lottery.
Shit. I'll be giving somebody else a bigger house.
I'm just saying. You could do it. Don't know how... I never understood that. Now that I say lottery, I don't understand how people can play the lottery and, win $1,000 here and there or whatever, but trying to actually win something big.
Well, there's always the
feel like
lure. It's a possibility. It's like when you go to Vegas and play the slots.
I've never been to a
If
casino.
you do it long enough, you will win something. It's just it's like I have a sister-in-law that plays the lottery a lot, and if you calculate how much she spends compared to how much she wins, obviously it's a negative.
Right.
But she enjoys it. The thrill of that you could win big is enough for her, and she can afford it. And then one time she did win $100,000 off a scratch-off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, of course, the state took their chunk, so she was left with about half. But still, she got $50,000. The only problem is as long as you don't look at that fact that how much have you put into this in the years you've been playing, you probably only got a third of your money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't change that, it's still fun. It's just like when the wife and I go to the casino in what's that state? West Virginia.
Love that place.
We can go there for $50 and we gamble, and you win just enough to kind of keep playing. So at the end of the day, not only once did we go there, do we actually come home with more money than we went. However, you still get, one time my sister-in-law said, yeah, but you're here for like 10 hours. So you get 10 hours of fun on $50. And if you're lucky, you can win enough to go get a free meal.
Yeah.
Once she said that, it put it completely in perspective. It's like, oh, well, this is an evening out that can be inexpensive unless you go to the Roxino. And then you're just going to end up losing big because nobody ever wins anything at the Roxino. But
That's the one in Cleveland, ain't it?
Northfield.
Okay.
But still, the one we went to, you won more often. Just little bits. You win $10, and then you gamble that away, and you'd win another $10. And they did a good job at keeping you on the hook, and that's perfectly fine because as long as you understand that, then you don't mind the fact that you're spending money for entertainment, not to win big. You don't ever go to a casino to try to pay off a debt, or a scratch-offs. Don't buy a bunch of scratch-offs thinking, I owe this guy money and I better get it or I'm going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die.
Yeah, and my thing is watching all, like, the casino movies. Oh, what is that one?
Yeah, Hollywood's a good job of telling you the truth.
Oh, what is it? With The Rock. I can't remember the movie.
There's a casino movie with The Rock?
Yes. It's older. Oh, my God. It's going to
I don't
drive me
know.
nuts.
I was waiting to hear Al Pacino or something like that. Or what's the other one? God, I can't think of anybody's name. Who's the other guy that's known for... Like, he was in Heat? Robert De Niro. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I've irritated myself enough to where I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I am looking up this because this is going to drive me nuts.
Okay. While you're looking that up, I'm going to talk about this real quick. Oh, maybe not, because... Okay. So, got this news article from the wife, and I thought it was pretty hilarious. Lightning blows up toilet after traveling through apartment building's exhaust fan. And there's a picture of the toilet, and it looks like you put a bomb in it. It's just completely charred. It's completely shattered, and it's completely hilarious. So I thought I'm going to talk a little bit about lightning, because it is that time of year. And I don't know if I'm going to give anybody any information that they don't already know, but hey, why not? Sounds like a fun thing to talk about. Okay, I'm trying to find out. An explosion of this type, a toilet being blown to smithereens during a lightning storm, isn't entirely unheard of, though it appears to be quite rare. Yes. My father tells a story of lightning that traveled through his house as he was a child. He grew up in Alliance, and he tells the story great. My grandfather was showering, and lightning hit the house. And usually when lightning hits a house, it just travels down the house or wiring because the houses are grounded, and then it goes into the ground. Well, this one decided to travel through the wiring. So they're sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden a literal lightning bolt comes shooting through, like right along the ceiling in the living room. Everyone started screaming. Grandpa ran out of the shower completely naked trying to find out what's going on. Pretty funny. But that was it. I think it maybe burned a wall, but didn't hurt anybody. Didn't really hurt anything. However, my story with lightning, a little different. I grew up in Hartville, pretty rural, and most of the power lines and phone lines are underground. So every year, not every year, but every year that lightning struck into, what? Okay, the missus just said Brad Pitt. Apparently she's thinking about Brad Pitt. We don't know what the heck. Anyways, every year that lightning struck in the neighborhood, that's a few years far apart, but if the lightning ever struck somewhere in the neighborhood, we would lose some kind of electronic device. Either our phone would blow sky high, or it would blow up a VCR or an amplifier or something. It got so bad that my dad put these power surge protectors on the plugs. You can buy these big devices like a power bar that's got a power surge protector in it, and it'll pop before it blows up your stuff. But these were individual. You put it on the plug, and then you plugged it in the wall. They're about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches long, about 1 inch wide. And he had to buy them by the gross. Every year, one of them would pop. And my dad has a buddy of his named Tom Wenzel. He lives outside of Hartville, but just about a mile from our house. And this guy was brilliant. He used to build things, and he built, my God. No, he didn't build God. I promise, he didn't build God. But he had his downstairs had a bunch of electrical equipment in it. I really don't know what it did. A lot of amplifiers, things like that. It's like his basement was like the beginnings of the early 80s man cave, but it was all electronic devices. And he had a windmill. That's the word I'm looking for. He had a windmill in his backyard that used to produce so much electricity that he often got paychecks from the power company because he was sending more power back to the grid than he was taking. One day, that windmill got hit by lightning. And my dad was on the phone, and he started laughing. And he's like, well, I'm going to come over and check it out. And he looked at me and says, you want to go? And I said, sure. And Tom Wenzel was laughing as he's showing us this. It looked like imagine one of those old 70s consoles with like a radio station.
Okay.
You got a bunch of dials and some things down here and some LED readouts. I don't know what that thing did, but it was sitting in his basement. And he's showing me knobs and LED screens that were literally blown off of the console and blown across the room. Like lightning hit this house and just fried everything in the house, not in the house, but in this basement, and literally exploded certain electricana.
That's a different word. Never heard of that.
Electricana parts. Well, see the shirt I'm wearing? It's paraphenomenal. So now I got to make a shirt called Electricana. Anyways, electrical components. So yeah, it's completely possible. A lot of dominoes have to fall into place, and I don't know enough about it to act like I'm going to tell you what has to happen. But lightning can completely go through a house, but it does have to strike the house, or it has to strike something connected to the house. A tree isn't often going to do it.
But watching them explode afterwards is kind of cool.
Yeah, well, I don't think he saw anything explode. He just knew it hit the house, and he went downstairs, and sure enough, a little bit of ozone, a little bit of smoke. But I remember that. I remember showing him, yeah, see this? And look, and that was back when LEDs was just like the green.
Okay,
It was like lights, and it had the green cover. That green cover shot across the room, which means the gas expanded and created a large. Doesn't matter.
Hey.
Yeah, I watched Chernobyl last night, so now I'm a genius. But I was reading it. So, anyways, I do have an article here. It says 25 bizarre stories of being struck by lightning, but the article goes to a YouTube video, so that is completely friggin' useless. So it looks like I'm a little unprepared. I may go back to that. All right, and then another thing I wanted to talk about. People talk about heat lightning. What do you think heat lightning is?
I don't even know.
Okay, have you ever seen heat lightning?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
What do you think heat lightning is? Like when you're looking at it, what do you use to identify heat lightning?
It being really hot and it's not raining.
Okay, wrong. My dad actually told me this when I was a kid, and I looked it up. He, of course, is completely right. Heat lightning means it's a nice hot night. It's not raining. There's no storms. You can't hear anything, yet the sky is lighting up with lightning. Some people believe it's because of the heat. It's so hot that the static is going on. My dad said, no, that's not true. He said it actually is just a thunderstorm that's so far away that you can't hear the lightning. And you think, well, that's not really true. If it's that far away, why would it be so bright in the sky? It looks like the lightning's right there. But that is the truth. Right here. I went to Google, that website I trust so much.
Everybody
heat lightning,
loves it.
also known as silent lightning, summer lightning, or dry lightning, is a misnomer used for the faint flashes of lightning on the horizon or other clouds from distant thunderstorms you do not appear. Why did you put appear in there? That you do not hear. That have accompanied thunderstorms. Sorry.
You know, I'm pretty depressed about that now.
Why? What, did you didn't know that?
Like, just in general, though. Like, it's heat lightning. Why can't we just leave it at that? You ruined my childhood.
I'm just giving you the definition of what it actually is.
What the hell, man?
It's still cool, though. I mean, if you're in your yard and the thing about heat lightning is obviously the storm's far enough away. The chance of you getting hit by lightning is very, very rare. So when my brother and I were young and the heat lightning was going on, we would go out and, you know how kids are. They dance in it, you know, because kids are weird. But I just wanted to tell you that heat lightning is just lightning, you know, because it's dark and water can, you know, reflect kind of like, it doesn't matter. Anyways, it's just a storm that you can't hear the thunder. But I do remember it when I was a kid. They were pretty bright. It was like the lightning was right there in front of you, but it's not. Uh-oh. Casino movies, Ocean's 11. You moved on. Oh, yeah, casino movies, Ocean's 11. Yeah, but that's not really a casino movie. That's about people robbing a casino.
And don't they take some $1 million jewel or necklace or something?
No, that was the sequel.
Okay. Walking Tall was the movie I was thinking of.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's really good.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
I want to say it was 2004 or 2006.
All right, I'm getting rid of the lightning blows up the toilet. I could go into it, but I didn't really want to read the whole thing, especially since I'm having issues reading in general today.
That is interesting, though. Like,
why I can't read?
No, it blowing up a toilet. Like, you got to clean that shit up.
Yes, you do. And I'm sure there was about a gallon of water in that biatch. How much water does a toilet hold these days? I know, like, we have an 70s toilet in our upstairs, and I hope it never goes bad because it has more water in it, and I love that. And then we have a brand new one downstairs, and it's significantly less. But how much water does...
Google. Gotta love
do you
it.
really want to Google how much... Okay. You doing it or am I doing it?
I'll do it.
Okay, good. Because I can't spell and I can't read. And I'm illiterate. All right. Well, I have, like I said, I have here, it says 25 bizarre stories of being struck by lightning. Stories of being struck by lightning are rare, but many, sorry, there's a glare on my screen because of the windows. That's a little better. But many can be really bizarre, too. The average American has about 1 in 5,000 chance of being struck by lightning. I think that's, I don't know how they come up with those statistics because your surroundings is everything.
Yeah, I feel like it should be...
If you're standing, like if you're on a golf course and you're the tallest thing in that course, there's a higher chance of you getting struck by lightning than, say, if you were in a forest. And still, if you're in a forest, your chances of lightning are being higher than if you were just in a neighborhood where there's only a few trees and a few houses. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just like your surroundings is everything. My dad used to tell me that lightning is lazy. It takes the shortest path. So that's why it strikes telephone poles and tall buildings and things like that. I do know. I did have a... All right, I'm going to have to re-Google it. I had a Google page telling you how to avoid getting struck by lightning. I thought it was pretty funny. But
pre-1982 toilets likely hold 5 to 7 gallons. Toilets between then and 93 likely hold 3.5, and newer holds only 1.6 or less.
All right, so there's still a gallon of water in there. Okay. Well, that's good news. Yeah, but yeah, my old toilet, man. Yeah. Now, I mean, if I lived in New Mexico or California, I would understand why less water is good. But I don't. I live in a state that I'm surprised hasn't slid off the face of the earth.
Because of how boring it is.
Well, not only that, but why would boredom cause a state to slide off the face of the earth?
Because everybody...
You're high. You're high. Anyways.
Nobody's going to go there.
But it's just because it rains so freaking much. And we got 2 huge bodies of water in the north or south. I don't care. I'm using water. I wash my car whenever I want. I Googled it. So, what to do in the lightning storm. Crouch down in a ball-like position with your head tucked and your hands over your ears so that you are down low with minimal contact to the ground. Now, here's the thing I want to bring up. That sounds like good advice. But thunderstorms can last up to an hour, sometimes longer. Are you supposed to stay crouched down in a ball-like position for an hour?
I'll pass.
Right.
That's not happening.
Okay, it says never shelter under an isolated tree. Never use a cliff or a rocky overhang for shelter. Immediately get out of the way from ponds, lakes, and other bodies of water.
I feel like that is all common sense.
It is. Well, you know what? I hate to say that. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to say that because you never know. What if we got young listeners who've never been in a thunderstorm? I do know that people often worry about getting struck by lightning in vehicles, but it's really not. Or like you've seen lightning strike airplanes, but you got to understand that the vehicle is basically a aluminum or steel, cage, and the tires will keep you from grounding, which means if lightning strikes your car, it's just going to go around the car and into the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, no, I don't think there's been ever a single case of someone being hurt or even burned by a car getting struck by lightning. I know that it's completely safe for airplanes to get struck by lightning and things like that. So, and houses, of course. Now, I just told you that lightning can travel through a house, but still, the chances of you touching something wiring related, let's put it this way. If you're plugging something in or if you're leaning up against a metal piece of something like a venting or something, and the house gets struck by lightning and you get hurt, God pretty much wanted that to happen. I mean, it's so rare. So many things have to happen before you get hurt that you really, either the universe wants you dead or to teach you a lesson or, God, I'm just saying.
Pull a Bruce Almighty on it.
Yeah. So I really wouldn't worry about it. And I do know that it isn't a smart idea to take a shower in a thunderstorm. You're just asking for trouble. Because if the lightning were to strike anywhere near the house, it's just going to travel through all the metal contacts. Because don't forget, I think the house is actually grounded to the plumbing.
I feel like maybe like the older houses, maybe.
No, it'd be the other way around. The older houses, some houses you can actually see a wire connected to a huge spike that's driven into the ground. But modern houses, since the water comes in underground, or it's like your gas. Not the houses, you'll see a wire come from the fuse box attached to this, this coupling that's wrapped around plumbing. So your house is grounded through your plumbing. So if you're in a shower, I mean, come on, let's put it together. You're going to get...
It's going to come through the drain and get you.
Yeah, it's going to just follow the water. Maybe not. I'm going to see the percentages. I'm going to Google this. How often do people... God, how do I... Can you spell?
I'll do it.
Thank you. How often do people get struck by lightning in a shower? I'm gonna try it. How often do people get struck by lightning? Now I just got to put in shower.
10 to 20 people.
A year?
Yep.
Wow. It can be dangerous to take a shower or bath during a thunderstorm. On average, 10 to 20 people, I believed you, I'm just reading it. 10 to 20 people get struck by lightning while bathing, using faucets, or handling an appliance during a storm. Holy crap. Now, is that worldwide or is that just America?
United States.
How do you know that?
Because it says it right in the thingy. 10 to 20 people in the United States are shocked annually.
Then you got one differently, but that's actually a lot. 10 to 20 people every year, so there you go. Has anyone been electrocuted by lightning in a shower? It actually gives the poor bastard's name. Ron Hawley, a former meteorologist with the National Organic and Atmosphere Administration. See, I can read that. Who tracks lightning injuries, estimates that... that's the exact same thing. I'm sorry. So, is it safe to shower right now? What a stupid question. Let's see what it says. Avoid leaning on concrete walls, the CDC says. You know, that website that everyone trusts now? You should stay out of the shower or bath. You should stay out of the shower or bath and leave the dishes for later. This has to be during... Okay, it says lightning. Because, I mean, is it safe to take a shower right now? That's the question. I mean, that's a really stupid question.
I'd have to say so. It's like 80 degrees out
right
now.
It's 80 degrees. There's no clouds. It's nice and sunny. I'm thinking it's probably perfectly safe unless there's a water problem that, no one's told us about. Anyways. Oh, can I poop during a thunderstorm? Hey, man, when you got to go, you got to go. I'm going to see what it says.
I'm going to go out, hold a golf club in the air and go.
Yeah, I'm going to take a crap while holding it. That's funny. I'm going to do it under a radio tower. That combined, can I poop during a thunderstorm? That combined Combined. Here's another T-shirt. That combined with the methane gas in poop caused a bomb-like effect that traveled through the pipes, exploding the toilet in their master bedroom. Oh my God, it's like a ventriloquist explosion.
See,
the plumbing company said this is just as rare as getting struck by lightning yourself.
I feel like that's bull just because I watched Mythbusters, and there's like 0.1% of methane gas in your fecal matter.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Still, that was a great story. I'm glad. I mean, it's so dumb. It's just the question, then the answer. Can I poop during a thunderstorm? I'm going to say yeah. When you got to go, you got to go. There's a difference between showering and going to the bathroom. However, I just read a story about a toilet blowing up. So if you can pinch it off, great. I think it depends on where the storm is. If it's really close and you can tell, when you see the lightning, you start counting, just like in Poltergeist. And sorry, the dogs are they're actually trying to scratch the way through the glass to get out here. I don't know what the point is. Anyways, if lightning strikes, you see the flash, you start counting. And then when the thunder hits, you stop counting. And that number determines how far away it is. Now, I forget, Google that real quick. I forget what the numbers are. Like how many seconds is how many miles. But if that number starts to go down, again, just like in Poltergeist, then obviously the storm is moving closer to you. Some storms will pass by your neighborhood or town or city, and some storms go right over. It just depends. If it's nearby, like in the town you live in or in your neighborhood, then I'm going to say pinch it off and just wait. It'll pass. Storms are moving. They're always on the move. But
after you see a flash of lightning, count the number of seconds until you hear the thunder. Use the stopwatch or count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. For every 5 seconds a storm is 1 mile away.
Bam.
Divide the number of seconds you count by 5 to get the number of miles.
There you go. And if it's close, like I said, if it's in the town you're in, unless it's like Chicago, which is a huge town, or Cleveland, but if it's in your neighborhood, I'm going to say it's probably best if you pinch that off until you get some distance.
You don't want to be that 0.1% chance.
Right.
That's when you know you have bad luck and you should never play the lottery.
Yeah, or take a shower.
Yeah. I think it's interesting.
I'm about to go yell at those dogs.
Completely off topic.
Okay.
The Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation going on. There is a petition going around to stop Amber Heard from being in the new Aquaman or whatever movie she was supposed to be in.
Yeah.
It reached 4 million signatures. There we go.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Look, I know she's crazy, and I mean that. I think she's got a mental problem, and I know she attacked one of our beloved actors, but the truth of the matter is that, do we really want her to be broke? Do we really want her to suffer to where she can never have another role?
That's what she did to Johnny Depp, though.
I know. If it's a single time, meaning let's get her fired from this one so she knows what it feels like, that's fine with me. But if cancel culture is trying to cancel her to where she has to get a job as a waitress, I think that's a bit extreme. I mean, she's in court right now. All of her BS just got thrown in her face. Everyone's making fun of her for taking a shit on a bed. To me, that's karma. Or if karma doesn't exist, that's just, what happens when you lie. But she's still a good actress, and if she can make a movie that entertains people, and if she does it well enough to where you can believe she's not Amber Heard, but the character she's playing, I don't see the point. I don't see the point in rubbing her nose in it. Now,
I never even knew who she was until the whole Johnny Depp trial.
Oh, well, it's funny. I knew that she starred. Let me take that back. Obviously, I've seen The Rum Diaries. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I thought that the actress that played Amber Heard, who played that character, did a pretty good job. However, as I said before, that character was just a drunken fool. So I never paid attention. I didn't know that Johnny Depp fell in love with her in real life and got together with her. I just thought it was just a pretty face who played a part, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, she comes out, and then I come to find out, oh, that was the movie she was in. That's where they met, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But I didn't see any acting chops that made me want to memorize her name or even know her name.
Yeah, and she dated Elon Musk shortly after Johnny Depp, I think.
Yeah, actually during. from what I understand, Musk was getting a little herd. I heard Musk was getting his musk on while they were still together. So
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
she seems like the woman that would do it.
Yeah, but anyways, it's I don't know. I guess I'm torn. Like if they succeed in getting her fired, we'll see. We'll see how many times. Like the whole Will Smith thing. I mean, he's just losing roles right and left.
Oh my God, I know, and it's terrible too.
Well, I don't know how I feel about it. Is it comeuppance or is it going too far? Because I think that Hollywood in and of itself is so vain and small. It's all a bunch of I don't know how to put it. It's like the entire Hollywood crowd. We're talking to writers, the directors and actors. They all live in La La Land. The actors, of course, being the most famous, so everything they do is thrown in your face. But it's just like it's like the Academy Awards. People, you watch Academy Awards? No, I don't care about actors giving other actors awards. At least the MTV Awards was based on people. You called in, and the general public decided who wins and who did. The Academy Awards is just other people who won an Academy Award deciding, yes, this was a major role, and he did a very good job. And then they started getting politics involved. Well, we need at least one black actor. No, wait a minute. Why are you only picking black actors? Because you need one. How about we just go back to let's giving someone who did an outstanding performance? That should level the playing field. No one's excluded. And everyone has a chance, depending on the role and how much effort they put into it.
That'll never happen.
Right, but that's my point. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't care about the Academy. It's like a farce. It's like we need attention, so we'll do this. And
my thing is, I feel like Will Smith is already being punished enough by being suspended or whatever you want to call it for 10 years from the awards.
Well, look, he got suspended from an award show I just ripped on. So who gives a fuck? What I think is good punishment is just the public bashing him constantly. I mean, he wants to keep his wife's name out of everyone's mouth. He failed to do that completely. Now everyone's talking about Jada, including us. I mean, it's blown up in his face so just catastrophically. Ooh, that's not even a word.
You really do not know how to talk today, do you?
Not only that, but I'd like to invent words. Like hippopotamosis. Anyways. The whole thing blew up in his face so badly that I think that's pretty much, he's learned his lesson.
Oh, God, yeah.
People, keep your hands. And then, of course, the stupid people want to follow his example, like the guy who tackled Dave Chappelle and got his ass beat.
Broken arm.
Dude, he got fudged up, and I love it. I'm sorry. Hate me if you want. I love it. I love the fact that they beat it's instant justice.
Yep.
Even if the justice system says, oh, he's fine, let him go, yeah, it's still going to take time to heal that arm. And he's got plenty of time to think about his decision.
A dumbass decision.
And he's
my God.
He's not dead. He's not permanently disabled. Everything that broke.
He's just 6 to 8 weeks disabled with his arm.
I firmly believe that everything they did to him will heal, regenerate.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. No, I couldn't be more happy. That's what happens.
I still think it was funny, though, towards the end of the show, Chris Rock goes up and it's like, was that Will Smith?
Was that Will Smith?
I thought that was funny. Like, I don't know. I feel like since he's joking about it, I mean, granted, it did happen to him.
Well, he's a comedian.
Well, and that's the thing. Yeah. It's like he's still joking about it. So why is everything bad happening to Will Smith?
Well, I think that enough is enough. Now, let me take that back. Whatever the public wants to do, if they want to continue making memes, if they want to continue, he deserves that. It's just like Jim Carrey said. It's ubiquitous. It's going to last forever. Yep. However, I don't think that Hollywood needs to act like they need to join on the bandwagon because the people who are taking the roles away from him are just as bad as he is. It's, the pot calling the kettle black. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, we took this role away from him because he shouldn't have smacked Chris Rock. Well, no, let the public deal with it. Let him.
They're still doing it.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah. It's just kinda...
he's still a good actor, and he can still make a good movie that will entertain people.
Oh, yes.
So let him do that. If he starts screwing up his roles or if he gets into drugs, that's a different story.
Yeah,
but
that's when you can kind of shut him out of it.
Yeah, as long as he can still make a quality product, let him do it,
Yeah,
I mean,
and I don't know. I just don't see that happening.
Whether it does or not, that's why I said, people doing this petition to get Amber Heard. Are you really trying to take it away from her because you don't want to see her face in a movie anymore, or are you just doing it because she bashed your favorite actor and now you want justice? Is it an arrogance thing, or is it you're trying to teach her a lesson? Because I think just going through this mess, every time she says something, she gets ridiculed online.
Oh yeah,
I think that's going to send a much deeper message
seen
than
a
losing
TikTok
Aquaman,
video.
which is a shit movie, by the way.
I never even seen the first one.
It
I never
sucked.
cared for it.
I mean, I feel bad for the actors because the actors built up their bodies and did the role
To do it, yeah.
And I feel bad. Oh, you guys busted your ass for this. I'm sorry to bash it so bad, but oh my god,
I never even seen the first one.
it sucked so bad it pulled the popcorn out of the bowl and slammed it against the screen.
So, I will say though, I seen a TikTok video of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard leaving the courthouse or whatever in Virginia. Mm-hmm. And everybody's, cheering for Johnny, throwing stuff in his car. He's trying to sign autographs while they're still driving. And then Amber Heard pulls out and it's just dead silent and everybody walks away. I thought it was the funniest shit ever.
That's what I'm talking about. That is going to stick a lot more than people petition. How do you say that word?
Petitioning?
Thank you. To keep her out of a movie.
Oh, yeah.
She'll get offered or she'll get more offers. So I mean, if it makes you feel better to sign a petition, then that's fine. But
oh, yeah, do what you want, obviously.
I think that just the bad publicity is going to do enough. Like with
Yes.
Will's done. I mean, he might do some more movies, and they might do well, but the public loved Will Smith.
Yep.
And now everyone's making fun of him and or hates him.
Yep.
I mean, that one mistake, he'll never live it down. And I'm not sure that I mind that. That's what happens when you let your wife pull you around by your genitalia.
And then she sleeps around with other people.
Yeah, I didn't actually know any of that. The only thing that I knew of Jada Pinkett Smith was that she had a heavy metal band at one time.
Oh.
And it wasn't bad. Her vocals weren't great, but you don't have to be a great singer to do heavy metal. And the band itself were freaking amazing. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, just Google it. I can't remember the name of the band. It was a decent name. But the band was amazing. And her vocals were you can tell she's an actress who was trying to be this heavy metal queen.
Right.
But I always gave her respect. Hey.
At least she tried.
Right. It's like you're doing it. The music is good, and you never know. Music is suggestive. There are probably people out there. So I had a good opinion of her. I liked her because she did that. She didn't just do hip hop, which would have been fine, or R&B, which is very difficult to do and would have been fine. No, she went for metal, and that strikes at my heartstrings or pulls at my heartstrings. So I did have some respect, and then this happened, and I started learning all this crap about her, how she never got over Tupac, and she only loves Will because, let's be honest, Will is paying for her lifestyle.
Oh, God, yeah. Easily.
And then she treats him like crap, and I'm like, Will Smith was such a great guy. He was
cheated
funny.
on him multiple times.
Every time you saw an interview with Will Smith, he was always laughing and making people laugh, and that also pulls at my heartstrings. A guy like Jim Carrey who just shows up to an interview and just...
He's retiring, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's been semi-retired for a while.
Yeah.
But, anyways, so then I find out that, she just slept. I'm like, oh, wow, she's kind of a POS.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know why Will sticks with... Because he can have any chick on earth.
Yeah.
He really could. He's a good-looking guy. I mean, that's coming from a guy's perspective, but he doesn't seem to have any gross features. He's built. He's extremely successful. He's smart. It's a shame that he fell in love with someone who can't return the favor.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does that for her honor, and she has no honor.
Nope. I would have never done it for her, ever.
So
no way.
So he threw away his career. I believe that. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but I think he threw away his career. But the good news is he's rich as shit, and he don't need a career.
Yeah, he don't give a damn.
Oh, he cares. I don't. Yeah, he cares. I don't know how much he cares, but he cares.
Yeah.
I mean, these actors, they want to do this for the rest of their life. Look at George Burns.
Who was that one?
He was like 7 million years old before he died.
I want to say Bruce Willis. He had to stop doing movies because of some medical condition.
Yeah, I didn't get it explained very well to me. It sounded to me like a different form of Alzheimer's. Like he loses his ability to communicate.
Which sucks because he's such a damn good actor.
Well, it sucks just because that's a horrifying. Imagine being alive and not being able to tell anybody how you feel.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I don't know is I suppose I should Google it and learn about it, but I just don't care enough. Sorry. But I don't know if he can understand other people. Like, it's one thing to understand people talking to you and not be able to communicate back. Or if you lose all what's the word I'm looking for? When you lose all the whole concept of how to communicate, like you don't know what they're saying to you, you don't know what they're saying. I mean, that to me is horrible, because and I don't know how much of his mind you lose. Like, do you become catatonic? Do you become like just completely, like a vegetable? I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I Googled what Bruce Willis has. I couldn't even tell you how to pronounce it, but it's a neurological disorder.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's like a copy and pasting. Give me the definition of what this does.
Yeah.
Aha.
Aphasia.
Yes, loss of ability to understand or express speech caused by brain damage.
Oh, so he won't understand what people are saying. So he's basically like a dog.
Or express
Dogs
speech.
don't know what you're saying. They know your body language.
Apparently, there's 3 types of it. I don't even know how to pronounce any of these. So
the good news is he has enough money to where he can pay for someone to take care of him.
Oh, yeah, but
as long as you don't get some piece of shit that just robs him.
Either way, that's still going to fucking suck.
Yeah, that's terrible. That sucks. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
It's caused by damage to the language-dominant side of the brain, usually the left side, and may be brought on by stroke, head injury, brain tumor.
Damn. Well, pray for his family, pray for him.
I loved him. I thought he was a great actor.
He was a good actor.
I mean, there's a lot of good actors, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely in the top 10 easily.
Yeah. I don't know about my top 10. He's up there, but I don't know about top 10. I tend to look for I tend to like guys. I like guys who are special. Like Jamie Foxx, who's absolutely amazing at everything he does, and he's so talented, it's ridiculous. People like Denzel Washington.
I love Denzel Washington.
And I also like actors who, like Steve Buscemi, who, he has a very distinguishable face, but he's also very good at becoming the character. He will be whatever needs to be. And there's another actor that was in a movie, Fargo. I can't remember his name.
See, that's why I liked Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but Keith had issues though. But yes, no one denies Keith Ledger. He just was amazing. He became every role. Like Daniel Day-Lewis. When you see Daniel Day-Lewis movie, you're not seeing Daniel Day-Lewis. You're seeing the character that he has become. Christian Bale's up there too.
Yep.
I know a lot of people give him flack because of the dumb voice he used in Batman. But, whatever character he needs to be, he becomes.
Christian Bale over Robert Pattinson or Pattinson any day of the week.
I don't know who Robert Pattinson is.
Dude that played in Twilight.
Oh, but he was good in Harry Potter, so I'll give him a pass on. I think Twilight was just a chick flick.
Yes,
I think it was such a chick flick that everything. That's why the acting was so bad, because they were more worried about giving you that hot, cool look. You know what I mean?
The romance in it.
Yeah, like that twink in his eye and the perfect.
But I don't know. I don't think he's a good Batman. I never even seen the movie. I could be totally wrong. I could love him as it, but Christian Bale's Batman to me. I'm sorry.
Now, you know what?
If I was older back in the day, I could see, who was it? Adam West.
Well, yeah, that's 60s. And then Adam West was a TV star, though.
And then who was the other one that everybody liked?
Michael Keaton is my favorite.
Yes, Keaton. Yes, that's the other one. I couldn't think of his name.
Michael Keaton was not only an excellent Batman, but I think to date he did the best Bruce Wayne. I think his version of Bruce Wayne, outside of the mask and the cape, was the greatest. Now, Christian Bale did a good job too, but he had that kind of Hollywood sexiness to him. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to be sexy and all that. But Christian Bale was a lot better in the suit than Keaton. But I think Keaton still was my favorite of all of them to date. So it's Keaton, Bale, and then I think Ben Affleck did another awesome job. And I don't know the guy you're talking about. I haven't seen that movie yet. But Adam West was the TV star. I mean, it's different. TV is different.
Oh yeah.
It's like, which do you like more, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan or the guy who played He-Man? It's just you can't compare the two, even though they're both barbarians.
So off topic, Elon Musk says Biden only won the 2020 U.S. election because people wanted less drama.
That's possible. Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The only reason Trump won is because he ran against Hillary. A chimpanzee would have won the presidency nobody wants Hillary as president.
No.
Nobody. Donald Trump was just brilliant enough to say, okay, this dingbat's going to run, I'm going to run. And guess what? He won.
I mean, I usually don't care about politics because personally I feel like you're screwed either way. But in the same sense,
can't argue.
I feel like it's true just because all I remember is everybody bitching about he tweeted too much and it hurt people's feelings. So it's like, okay, whatever.
That's the biggest problem I have with Trump. There's two things I disliked about Trump. One, he was a TV star.
See, I don't remember him as TV.
Oh, he was on The Apprentice. Remember he used to fire people?
Nope.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It was a bad show. So that was a big negative to me. And the fact that he couldn't fucking stop shooting his mouth off in text form and tweets and that. That was the two. I feel that if he would have, he should have handed his Twitter account over to one of those college kids.
Intern?
Yes. Like, I'm the president, you take care of this, you tweet, the good stuff and polish up the bad stuff while I focus on the country. He should have did that instead of using his Twitter account to get his little jabs in there because, he's just... But then again, on the flip side, I also said when he won the presidency, well, first off, when he won, it took a sigh of relief because Hillary is evil as they come. That woman was spawned from the rotten vagina of Lucifer. I swear to God.
Damn.
She's horrid. I will breathe a sigh of relief when that woman is off this earth. And I don't even care how she gets off that.
Or
That's how
up.
much I hate that person. So I told myself, you know what? Trump may be a jackass, but he's a brilliant businessman.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what that means he's good at talking to people in different countries. He's good at, what's the word I'm looking for? Just relations. And he knows money. And right now, we're hemorrhaging money on all these dumb programs. We're giving so much money.
We just gave $40 billion. $40 billion to Ukraine
Yeah,
aid.
that's what I meant. And then Obama gave a ton of money to Haiti. Am I saying it right? Haiti?
Yeah.
Haiti. And I understand that's a nice thing to do. But I also understand that people say, wait a minute, there's starving people right here in this country.
And we can't even help them or homeless fucking veterans.
Yeah, so it's just like, and I knew that Trump was a little smarter in that area, so I was happy, But I do agree that if you don't like Trump because he was like a bully, I get it. But at the same time, he's the president.
See, my thing is
I don't care if he's a bully. I care if he does right by the people. And
yes.
I believe he did. We had the lowest unemployment in, I think, ever. But even
that, I don't really care about politics. I pay attention here and there.
Yeah, but I do care about people working.
Right, especially when it comes to them trying to take away guns. I pay attention very closely with those.
Yeah.
But the statistic part, I don't really know that much about it. But personally, I liked Trump more than I did Biden. Clearly,
absolutely.
The outcome.
Biden
but now my thing is
ridiculous.
I voted for Obama his second term.
I didn't vote the second term.
Because that's when I was old enough, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go vote. And
yeah.
I can't remember who he ran against his second term. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
It was Romney.
Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I voted for Obama.
You know what sucks about that? I voted for Romney. But ever since then, when I thought he was a good dude until after he lost the election, and I started paying attention to what he got into. Mm-hmm. I think he's one of those Democrats that says he's a Republican.
Okay.
I really don't care for Romney anymore.
See, I liked Obama.
And McCain was a fucking disaster.
I liked Obama.
That's another one. Obama's a guy that I want to like, but his policies...
Yes, his policies were dumb as hell, but
it was his cabinet that pissed me off. First off, he gave Hillary a job, and look what she did. She got 5 people killed. And then, secondly, there was that attorney general who would go to the attorney general, Holden, who would go to these funerals of these black guys who died at the hands of cops and that. It's like, look, even if you feel for that and that guy died wrongly, that's not your position.
Yeah, no.
You're the
That's
attorney
family
general.
and friends.
Yeah. So it's just the
see,
things he did that I didn't care for. But I do
feel
think
like
that
I
Obama...
liked him that his speech was so good. Granted,
Yes, he was a smart dude.
It was probably written for him. I don't know.
Yeah, it all is. But still, Obama was a smart guy.
Yes.
And I think that he didn't do as bad as people want to pretend. I know he gave money, and he really started the whole transgender thing. You know, remember, he wanted separate bathrooms and all that, and he, wanted to give Muslims or a Muslim religion, one of the religions, property in New York right next to Ground Zero at 9/11. He did some things that I'm like, dude, you got to stop. But then again, he was better than Hillary. Try to remember. No,
oh, God, yeah.
He beat out Hillary.
I would vote for Obama 100 more times over Hillary in a heartbeat.
Oh, Hillary's not an option. I would vote for a chimpanzee before I voted for Hillary. Is not an option. That whole family just needs to. They are so corrupt and they're so horrible.
See, I wasn't around when Bill was in office, but I can only imagine.
Yeah. Well, he did awful. He did an awful job. The only thing people say is, oh, he didn't start a war. Okay, but he did start a housing bubble. That fucked people up in 2008.
Wasn't he also the one who got sexual favors?
Oh, yes.
In the office?
Monica Lewinsky. That's just the redneck. He's also the guy who stole the paintings off the wall when he left the White House.
What?
Yeah, paintings that were there since the building was built back in the 1800s. And him and Hillary just took them, like half of them.
I did not know that at all.
He started removing shit that belonged to the White House and took it home. And they're like, hey, where'd all these paintings go? Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I'll give them back. I
didn't know that.
Yes, he was just a dumb redneck.
Oh, God.
And if you think that Bill Clinton ran the country, you're high. Hillary Clinton was running the country when Bill was in office. But yeah, the whole sex thing, the whole part about the sex thing is he had to do it in the Oval Office. I mean, come on, dude. At least JFK, went out to other places. He didn't do it in a freaking Oval Office. And then he got caught.
Isn't there like 20 bedrooms in that damn White House anyway?
Yes. And there's tunnels. There's like tunnels that lead underground away from the White House to other places.
Go to a tunnel.
I know. And then he denied it. And it was so stupid because I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And a month later, I did have sexual relations. Like, you jackass.
I didn't know he denied it.
Yes. He was just a
Great.
jackass. That's the best way to describe him. He's just like Biden. He was a slightly younger, more cognitive version of Biden. They're both just jackasses. And we've had our fair share. Nixon was a jackass. Bush Sr. was a jackass. He got lied to and he got caught up in it, but he was a jackass.
See,
and then Obama had areas where he was a jackass, and then he was really good in other areas. Like,
what about Bush, the junior, second, whichever one he is?
W?
Yeah. I was too young to remember him
I'm
at
mediocre. All. Bush did a lot of stupid shit. He kept giving money to the wrong things, but at the same time, he cared about America, and he cared about the veterans, and he did his best to do what was best, but he was also a politician. Okay? I mean, politicians in general are not good for the country. So you just have to pick what's the lesser of all the politicians.
See, I will say, though, I feel like the Senate, the House.
Oh, they're a wreck.
That
is 100% our biggest problem.
Oh, God, yeah. I feel like you should do 4 years and you're done, just like the presidency.
Even 8 years. But yes, the term limitations are 100. We need to, I don't side with Ben Shapiro on everything, but him and the Daily Wire are really pushing that, and it's 100%. We need to get Nancy Pelosi out of that fucking office. We need to get that AOC out. These are bad people. And Elizabeth Warren, let me give you one example. Oh, tax the rich. We don't tax the rich enough. Those people are rich, but they don't pay any taxes.
I guarantee you they don't.
Okay. No, they genuinely don't. It's not a theory. They literally pay no taxes, right? So they make hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. I don't know if it's 100,000 or over that.
That's still more than anybody of us.
Right. But yet they want to tax the super rich. And it makes no sense. They're two-faced. Now, anyways, that's just punishment, anyways, but it doesn't matter. The point is that, yes, Congress absolutely has to have term limits. It's the only way to keep bad people, because no one in San Francisco is going to vote out Nancy Pelosi. It's just not going to happen, but it needs to happen.
Yes.
I mean, if you go to San Francisco, it is a shithole. It is not the place it used to be. It is full of homeless, full of drug addicts. It is an absolute dump, and L.A. is just as bad. So I just... Yeah.
That don't surprise me, though, honestly.
No, they don't give a shit. Nancy Pelosi probably never even goes to San Francisco. She couldn't care less. She's too busy saving the country and rubbing her wrists together like a fly or something. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really depressing. That's one of the reasons why we don't talk politics on this show.
I know, but we got off topic really quick.
Well, we're over, so I can end it right now.
I do want to say one thing about the baby formula shortage, though.
We'll be quick.
I forgot about all that.
Yeah. Go off on our tangents.
I know, right? Well, with the baby formula shortage, with everybody being assholes with it and buying it because they know somebody's going to need it and selling it for 10 times more than what it is.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah. I mean, not 10 times, but they're selling it for more than what it actually is.
Nice.
Which is fucking ridiculous if you ask me, but whatever. The fact that people are doing it just to get extra money, okay. I mean, I don't want to say it's okay, but like, I get it. But find something else. Infants and children need that.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
If you don't even need it, then stay the fuck away from it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's be honest. There's a small percentage of women who need to buy it. The rest of them just either don't want to breastfeed. And I'm not saying you should breastfeed. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I mean,
but if there's a shortage and you're capable... I mean,
it's a lot more that goes into that because a woman did that, and with our oldest, it was more of a challenge than you would think. And then the second one, our youngest, she was able to actually produce more, so she could breastfeed. But after
so the first child, she actually didn't produce enough to get.
Nope, not even close to it.
So she had to substitute.
Yep, we had to use formula with him, and then our youngest, she produced enough, and then the nurse or somebody gave her like a pamphlet or gave her like tips and tricks on how to keep her milk up or whatever and all that. So it helped a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you don't even need the formula, stay the hell away from it.
Just do cartwheels. Do cartwheels across the yard. That'll keep your milk up.
I mean, when you're going upside down, yeah.
Well, every kid likes milkshakes.
As long as it's vanilla.
Wow, took you a minute. My milkshake brings all the boys in the yard. Anyways.
I haven't heard that song in forever.
All right, well, we can talk about this again next week if you want to bring it back up about the...
Oh, I probably will because, you know,
keep your eye on it.
There's going to be something else popping up with it. Because, I did notice...
I know every time I see someone breastfeed, something pops up on me.
I did see right here, Republicans push Biden administration on baby formula.
What do they push it? What is Biden going to do about it?
I don't know. I'm going to click on it real quick. Republicans push Biden... Stupid pop-up. Go away.
See, I'm not the only one.
Okay. Republicans push Biden admin on baby formula to migrants amid national shortage. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
why?
Why was migrants thrown in there?
Yeah. But I did see where somebody wants them to actually start doing something for that reason.
Yeah, I think people want the president. I mean, that sounds to me like we need to do something, not ask the geriatric in the Oval Office what he's going to do about it.
House panel launches investigation into baby formula shortage. A baby formula shortage leaves desperate parents searching for food, which you're not wrong. There it is. Biden administration takes steps to help relieve baby formula shortage. Stupid pop-up, go the hell away. Manchester, New Hampshire. Baby formula is a unique product. Well, no shit. That is vulnerable to shortages because just a few companies make up almost the entire national supply. I mean, yes, and then when you get recalled for tiny metal particles in it, yeah. That's going to be a big old issue there.
Yeah, heavy metal seems to be a big thing. I was just watching Joe Rogan last night, and the guest on there was talking about that, how baby formula, like most of it, is like toxic, or it has toxic chemicals in it.
Yep.
I didn't know anything about that.
Well,
and I still don't. I'm just saying.
I mean,
you can Google it.
you don't have a baby anymore.
Yeah. Well, I do, but it will never be born.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Killing me, Smalls.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, we can revisit this next week. You can do
I'll
a
be
little more
paying attention
research
to
and
it.
pay attention, see what happens, see what the Biden administration's gonna. Or are they gonna suddenly make everyone lactate? We gotta.
Don't fucking say that. There's gonna be something else coming with that one.
Well, knowing Biden, men, you gotta do this too. No. Babies don't need to eat that. Nope. That's not milk.
Fall up some fucking stairs again.
I always fall upstairs. I fall downstairs. I fall everywhere. All right. We're going to go, peeps. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. See you then.
Oh,